Hi, I am Crystal Abrigo and I'll be discussing about the Sustainable Developmental Goal on Quality Education. Education is a human right and a force for sustainable development and peace. Every goal in the 2030 Agenda requires education to empower people with the knowledge, skills, and values to live in dignity, build their lives, and contribute to their societies. Today, more than 262 million children and youth are out of school. 6 out of 10 are not acquiring basic literacy and numeracy after several years in school. 750 million adults are illiterate, fueling poverty and marginalization. Ambition for education are essentially captured in Sustainable Developmental Goal 4 of the 2030 Agenda, which aims to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all by 2030. The roadmap to achieve the education goal adopted in November 2015 provides guidance to governments and partners on how to run commitments into action. UNESCO is responsible for coordinating the international community to achieve this goal through partnerships, policy, guidance, capacity development, monitoring, and advocacy. While governments hold the main responsibility for ensuring the right to a quality education, the 2030 Agenda is a universal and collective commitment. It requires political will, global and regional collaboration, and the engagement of all governments, civil society, private sector, youth, UN, and other multilateral agencies to tackle educational challenges and build systems that are inclusive, equitable, and relevant to all learners. There are some who argue that the threshold of quality education is met by focusing only on literacy and numeracy, but the SDGs are a recognition that this definition is insufficient and outdated. Education is not a simple content delivery system, rather it is a system designed to help all children achieve their full potential and enter society as full and productive citizens. The meaning of quality education is a one that is pedagogically and developmentally sound and educates the students in becoming an active and productive members of society. A quality education is not one that is measured purely by a test score or by how many words per minute a 5-year-old can read. To hark back to these simplified measurements is to do a disservice to both the student and the praise quality education itself. We know that education is indispensable to the achievement of all the sustainable development goals and is at the heart of the Sustainable Development Agenda. The Global Campaign for Education believes that education is the most sustainable long-term driver of social, economic, and environmental justice, and that education is key to foster sustainable, gender, equal, peaceful, democratic, and resilient societies. inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Education doesn't change the world, it changes the people that are changing the world. Investing in a quality education is the basis for improving people's lives and contributing to sustainable development and ensuring sustainable economic and social growth. Despite the great progress already achieved, discrimination and poverty still maintain many people far from quality of education. We should ensure the right for education of vulnerable people, eradicate illiteracy, and promote education based on human rights. Does it seem impossible to you? Then, you should find out about the story of Malala Yousafzai, who after suffering a terror attacks on a bus that was taking her to school in 2012 when she was 15, started her fight. Her fight for women's right to a basic education became so strong that she received international support. She now directs a chain of schools in her region, gives talks across the world, and has reached the United Nations. She received a Nobel Prize when she was 17 years old. You can go as far as you want, starting with your environment. Number one is something accessible and very satisfied is to help in a generous way by teaching your mother tongue to immigrants that need to learn it. The second is donate textbook and material you don't need to Education Association. Education is the basis of change and still 781 million adults don't know how to read and write. Number 3 is promote book trust by exchanging books anonymously with other people in your city. This and bookshop exchanges elongates the life masterpieces and opens up our lives. Number 4 is encourage reading. Motivate your child education so they can discover what they are passionate about and oriented to grow in that direction. Number 5 is support mentoring programs or training for unemployed. You can change the direction of a person's life at risk of social inclusion. Education also teaches people how to change the world.